Every public school in the country is being drawn into the controversy over transgender rights. The Obama administration is telling all schools to allow students to use the bathroom consistent with their gender identity. Otherwise, they face a possible loss of federal funds.
The sweeping directive comes amid protests over North Carolina's new bathroom law and the administration's legal battle with the state. The North Carolina measure requires people to use the restroom corresponding with the sex on their birth certificate. Margaret Brennan is at the White House with what the administration's new guidance means for schools. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this is the letter that's going to all public school districts in the country today, and it puts them on notice. If you do not comply with the Obama administration's interpretation of the law, you could lose federal funds under Title IX. That's the law that prohibits discrimination based on sex for all educational programs that receive federal funding.
The letter from the Departments of Justice and Education tells teachers they must make sure their transgender students are not discriminated against. Students must be treated consistent with the gender they identify with, even if records indicate a different sex. Schools must give access to bathrooms, housing, sports facilities, and even refer to students by whatever the preferred pronoun the students ask to be called by. These rules apply even in the case where students, parents, or community members raise objections or concerns. The new directive comes amidst the administration's legal fight with North Carolina over its new law, requiring people to use the bathroom corresponding with the sex on their birth certificate.
But this action is about a great deal more than bathrooms.
President Obama also voiced his support for transgender rights last month.
I think it's very important for us not to send signals that anybody is treated differently.
And the issue has hit the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders have thrown their support behind transgender rights. And while former Republican candidate Ted Cruz supported North Carolina's law,
Donald Trump argued that grown men should be allowed to go into girls' restrooms.
Frontrunner Donald Trump showed his indifference.
People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate. There has been so little trouble.
I am going to go take a pee in the ladies' room.
And transgender celebrity Caitlyn Jenner took him up on the offer.
Thank you, Donald. I really appreciate it. And by the way, Ted,
this morning, Donald Trump said he thinks this issue should be left up to the states to decide, not the federal government. And this is going to be a challenge for the White House because it rests on some shaky legal ground. The courts still have not ruled on whether existing sex discrimination laws apply to gender identity. But President Obama says he thinks public opinion is changing faster on this social issue than any other.
All right, it's sending quite a message today. Thank you very much, Margaret.